YouTube, Sayris13 here. Oh my God! Happy birthday to me! This deck is unbeatable in my opinion. YouTube, Sayris13 here. We are day 2 of the YCS Tacoma. I have with me Slim.
Yo, what's going on, you guys?
SlimXTeamSymmetry.
Yeah, that's me.
We were going to originally do one of my typical interviews. It was going to be actually the first live ever interview, but Mike lent his cards out to one of his
my
buddies.
teammate took 3 of my favorite cards. He didn't take Pappy though. No one takes Pappy, so.
I had an extra one.
But my Pappy's special. It won me games when it wasn't supposed to. It killed Reapers all day, so it was pretty good.
That's cool. That's
awesome.
Very cool. All right, so basically, I'll just ask you some questions. You know, standard fuck.
Yeah.
So, when did you start playing?
I started playing in March 2002 when it came here to USA. I never played Pokemon. I only collected the cards. I went through, like any normal boy at that age, I went through Pokemon, Digimon, to Dragon Ball Z, and all I did was collect the cards. I never played the card game. And then I noticed my friends just didn't care for it anymore, and I thought, am I really that out of the loop? And they're like, yeah, you gotta try Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, what's Yu-Gi-Oh? And he's like, we'll buy you a deck. So I gave them money, and they're like, do you want a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Dark Magician? And I'm like, I like dragons. So they got me Kaiba's deck, and then that was the first deck I picked up, and I learned from that, I guess. I mean, when we were younger, we didn't know any of the rules, so I mean, it took a while to get better. And then around 6th grade, there were Toys R Us tourneys. Yeah. There was a duelist league, and you learned a lot more. I learned a lot more then. And then, just as everything progressed over the years, I learned just the basic game concepts. But I learned the most, I would say, probably after high school, because I didn't really play in high school. So when I got to college, since people played, I really got to devote a lot of my time to playing, and I was able to, pick up on rulings and just make better plays, and that's what really helped me become a better player. So yeah, so from the beginning, March of 2002, so when I was 12 and I'm 22 now, so it's been quite a while. Yeah, it's been 10 years. 10 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's intense.
10 years, a full decade of Yu-Gi-Oh! It makes it sound even more epic.
Yeah.
Decade. That's why they call it Decade Duels, coming out in 2012 for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like they did 2 years ago.
One of my questions was actually going to be your first deck, so you answered that. Now, I kind of thought of another question here. Now, I see your videos often, okay? We've communicated quite a bit. Now, do you have every single team in a baseball hat collection?
People who are wondering, I do own 74 hats. The thing is that I have a full range of snapbacks, fitteds, and other hats. The reason why you don't see all of them is in my house, in my attic, I have my old snapbacks and stuff like that I just don't really wear anymore. They're mostly football teams, a couple basketball teams. I kind of just preferred the fitteds because I wasn't really one for snapbacks, even though snapbacks are kind of still in. I really like fitteds just because, I don't know, I've always liked fitteds, and I do have every baseball team. There are some you'll probably never see me wear though, just for depending on what. No, I will wear the Dodgers. Even though I am from NorCal, I do have friends in LA, so when I do go to LA, I do wear LA for them. I have no bias against any team. My favorite team is obviously the Giants. As you guys can see, I'm fully decked out for the Giants, but that's because we're here in we're representing NorCal. There's not as many people as you would think from NorCal. There's a lot of SoCal people here. Yes. But I kind of look at it wherever I go in the world, I can represent them in a way. I had my Seattle hat for the first couple days since we're in Seattle. Right. Wherever I go, I can represent that area. When I went to Ohio, I had my Columbus hat, which a lot of people didn't know about. I had an Ohio it was a college football team hat, so I had that. And I mean, like, it's just, to me, wherever I go, I can represent that place. You know, since I'm having the courtesy of being there, you know, it's the least I can do. I would never want to wear a rival team. I would never want to do anything like that, because I feel that that's just kind of low. Because, you know, you're in someone else's place, you know, you can at least show a little bit of respect. So to me, that's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, I do have an excessive amount of hats, an excessive amount of shoes. It's like, if you guys see, I do have my custom SFs for for the Giants. I mean, I really do go all out when it comes to stuff like that.
It's cool. It's fine. That's kind of like your trademark now.
That's what I'm known for, is the hat.
All right, so back to the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing, because I was kind of curious to know if you actually did have a shit ton of hats. What of all the Yu-Gi-Oh series, which one do you prefer?
Oh, of the TV show?
Yeah, yeah.
My absolute favorite was... I actually liked the original Yu-Gi-Oh, but not until Battle City. I felt that when Battle City started, they started to finally get some rulings right. Because the first season was fun, but it was garbage for the game. You could learn nothing from it. But when Battle City...
level 6 guys?
When Battle City came around and Joey made that mistake...
What Gundam stuff? Yeah, bust up.
No, they should know. I have 3 of my teammates playing in the 3x3. That's why I don't have my full rabbit deck on me. They needed some of my XYZs. I was like, ugh. Yeah. They don't get Pappy though. No one gets Pappy.
They don't get happy.
They have to announce the prizes. They know what they're gonna get.
I know it's retarded. My microphone's actually pretty good, so you're good.
Yeah,
so carry on.
So what was, oh yeah, I liked when they went to Battle City, because when Joey made that play where he summoned Guiltia, and they're like, you can't do that, you have to tribute. I was like, finally. I was like, honestly, they still got it wrong, because Guiltia was a fusion, but it was like, you know, at least you have to tribute for the monsters. At least you have to tribute 1 for Jinzo, tribute 2 for Red Eyes, tribute 2 for Dark Magician. At least it became a little more realistic, because little kids cannot fully, like, these days they can, but back then you could not fully comprehend Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a lot simpler.
Yeah, like, who puts a Flame Swordsman in the main deck?
Right now, right now, it's so crazy that the show would never get it right. Like, I never watched Zexal. I heard it's not that good.
No, it's
I heard
the English is an abomination.
Towards the end it gets better, but you know, other than that, but it was definitely the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I did like GX. A lot of people didn't like GX. I like GX just because it was funny as hell. I loved it.
Exactly.
And what makes me mad is I never got to see the endings and all that in English.
Especially like the fourth season.
They were never released all in English, so I felt that was just kind of that.
Yeah, because they stopped after 155 episodes.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely the original series.
I know.
All right. Now, who would have been your favorite character?
My favorite character was... Oh man, that's kind of hard.
I know, because there's a lot to choose.
No, there are a lot to choose. From the original series, my favorite...
Well, you have to do one from each series.
Oh, well, alright. So from the first series, obviously Yugi. Pharaoh Yugi, just because. But honestly, like, my favorite villain was Pegasus. Of all time was Pegasus, because that dude had swag. Like, he had the red suit, he had the little tie, he had the hair, he would sip his wine and have his expensive cheese. I was like, sir, you are balling, and you have a gold freaking eye. You are amazing.
Which, by the way, he shoot a laser beam out of it against
Bakura. He was amazing. So yeah, definitely Pegasus was my favorite villain. Of GX, I loved. I don't want to say Jaden, because Jaden was whatever.
What about Chaz?
My favorite was Zane, because I loved Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
When Cyber Dragon came out, I did whatever I could to get a set, just because it was the coolest card I've ever seen. It broke the gameplay forever, because you could never do that before. It was my favorite card, and Zane was my favorite character, even when he turned evil, even when all that other crazy crap happened. And then when they released the alternate art Cyber Dragons, I went bananas. I spent $20, $30 on the rares, because I was like, I need these. And then they released them as secrets. I was like, okay, good enough. So I still have my originals. So definitely Zane. From 5Ds, my favorite was. I'd probably have to say I did like Jack Atlas, just because he was pretty funny. But one of my favorite characters that I felt that was really under the radar was Callan. I liked Callan because he ran Infernity, and I used to love Infernity.
It's such a
and
fun
the
deck.
thing is that they could never get Infernity right on the show. They could never do the loop and all that. You know, they never had enough time. But had they done it, I think it would have been epic. So it was definitely probably Callan, and then.
Callan was.
And what was the next one? Zexal?
Yeah, Zexal.
I didn't really watch Zexal. I guess the main character, since he's on a mat, he must be important.
No, the only one I really got out of it was Kite. Kite was the only one I really liked. That was it.
So I have no idea, but yeah, I didn't watch Zexal yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Let you know, English is garbage. Japanese is good for Zexal.
Okay.
Just let you know.
Makes sense.
All right. So, how many of these large events do you usually attend every year?
Before YouTube, I never really attended that many. I had YCSs in San Mateo and.
This is the one problem with this one.
Yes, exactly.
It makes it more real. Alright, so it was definitely, we had San Mateo and we had San Francisco, and I went to both of them, and I was only a little kid, so I didn't know any better, but I still ended up going X3. I don't know how. I was running a DD Survivor Monarch deck that was like, it worked. And after some crazy stuff that happened, San Francisco wasn't allowed to have them anymore, so San Mateo didn't have them either. So then if I wanted to go to an event, I had to travel. And the first one I really traveled to was YCS Anaheim, where Angel Flores won, and that's why I went to that one. And then after I did YouTube, I felt that if I could make it to bigger events, I could get better coverage, I could reach a bigger array of subscribers and just like be known worldwide. So I went to YCS Long Beach. I got a lot of profiles there. I got Wilson's top 8. I got who was it? I got Gabe Perez's top 4 Piper Chaos, and I got Simon He's second place Rabbit. And right now, after this event, I will be interviewing Mike Hilario. There's very few videos of him. We were unable to get his deck profile because we were getting kicked out, but he agreed to do an interview and a deck profile. He's currently still in the event right now. He said he's not sure if he'll top, but I think it would be nice for people to actually hear from him his new Dark World deck. He explained a couple things to me, and he wants to reveal them to everyone in a profile, so that'll probably happen today.
Cool.
But I came to this event because I wanted to go, and I really plan to go to as many as possible. I can't make Barcelona because that's really out of the way, but I do plan to try to go to it when they have it in Florida. I heard they're going to have it in Vegas. When they have it in Cali, obviously I'll go, and then I'm just going to try to travel a lot because I do have a lot of subs in different areas of the world, so I feel that if I could just make my appearance in like every area, it would really make a difference, because I think that's what can separate like a good Yu-Gi tuber from a great Yu-Gi tuber, is that they will do the travel to make better videos, because I feel that the videos I'm going to do today are probably going to be some of the best because we're getting the best players. I already talked to Jeff Jones, I already talked to Tyler Tabman, who actually owes me because he's been using my Sharpie all day, and Mike Ballon, Simon He already. I've already seen Simon He's deck, for anyone who's wondering, and I can't...
about him siding in the...
Yeah, I can't reveal anything else though, but I will do a profile with him, so that'll happen. But I do plan to travel to more events. It's a lot easier since I'm in college because I kind of do my own thing. So whenever I feel like going, I just plan ahead of time, and it just works out. So that's the plan, is just to go to as many as possible.
Well, I think also to hit as many of your of the YCSs as possible, to meet your subs
Exactly.
too, right?
I had a lot of fun. I met one of my subs round 9 against Georgia.
We apologize for the interruptions.
It makes it more real though, and it was just cool. I mean, he was a fan of mine, and he was like, "I'm glad I'm playing someone that I know or someone I look up to round 9." I was like, "Okay, cool."
That's cool.
And I mean, we had a really good game, so I enjoyed that. So yeah, I mean, that's just my whole thing. Is I'm not super competitive, but when I play Rabbit, I'm not gonna lie, I play like there's no tomorrow, because I love Rabbit so much. It's the only deck that really pushes me to just grind my games out. And sure, Guai was the greatest card ever made. I don't care what anyone says. Guaiba won me too many games. I barely opened Rabbit. I mean, it was stupid. Like, I opened Rabbit a couple times, but I mean, my round one, my whole hand like got destroyed, and I won because of Jurek Weiba and Fiendish Chain, and I was like, Jurek Weiba, you're the homie for life. So it's definitely my deck. Like, I know that for sure. Like, a lot of people don't like Dino Rabbit, and I understand. And everyone's like, it's still a skillless deck, and it's like, look at all the decks out here today. Like, Agents, summon Venus, get 2 balls, make a Gotchi. That's obvious.
Drop Maxi.
Atlanteans, summon Undyne, get a +2, and like, set Abyss Sphere. That's broken. Like, I mean, that's an amazing opener.
Yeah.
I mean, every deck has a broken play, but there's something to counter that broken play. Summon Thunder King and set a couple against Mermails, and they can go Undyne, but they're like, whoa, they're like done at that point.
Yeah.
Go D-Fissure turn 1 like I do with Rabbit, make a Lagia, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because their main goal is to get rid of D-Fissure. I had a game where I actually activated 2 D-Fissures turn 1. And I had Starlight Road, Solemn Judgment. I'm like, go ahead, storm me. It's not gonna happen. And I usually do that. When the Heavy Storm's gone, I will play 2 D-Fissure, just because you'll have to waste 2 MSTs on it. And by then, if I haven't won the game, something's wrong. So.
Yeah, actually, I find now there's a lot of parity in the game, because it's almost like every time there's a main tournament like this, there's some new decks that pop in, like zombies,
prophecies, prophecies are interesting.
But anything can win.
Amanda and Cordero are both running them, and I'm gonna try to get profiles, hopefully with one, if not both of them, just to see like their thoughts on the deck. I think the deck has potential. I just feel the deck is too slow. I've noticed because they really get halted by Thunder King. I could not believe that, because my round 8, I played against Prophecy, and I won game 1 because, I mean, I opened Broken, I opened Tour Guide and Rabbit. But game 2, all I did was summon Thunder King and just beat down with Thunder King 4 times and then do whatever. So, I mean, it worked out.
Yeah. I just think that I like it because any deck could win if it's built properly.
That's how I put it. And it depends on the player that's piloting it.
Yeah, which is why I don't top anything. So, anyways.
It's okay.
Okay, so, so you live in Cali, right? So you can get to anywhere you want to.
Pretty much.
Now, who are any of your team members still in the game right now?
My teammate Stefan is going into the last round. He was X2-1 yesterday. He's running Agents, and my teammate Vaughn unfortunately lost the last round. He was running Atlanteans. He lost his losses were to Dino Rabbit. I told him you really had to prepare for that Dino Rabbit match, because it's not so much. It's if they can make Dolka and have protection, they probably beat you, because a lot of your effects are what you need to go off. So I mean, you could ditch 2 for Megalo, and you could activate your effects, and Dolka could just double negate. And then if they have a way to stop you, you took a minus regardless. Because if you don't get your pluses off of the monsters you discard, I've noticed that's where the deck loses a lot of fire, because your hand will drop early, and then you'll be in trouble. You'll be top decking.
Right.
And top decking against Dino Rabbit when they have a Lagia.
No.
If you top deck against a Lagia, you should scoop it up. Unless you rip like a Snowman Eater or a Raikou, you're probably not winning that game. Because I've noticed that, like even when running Rabbit, like when you are out of resources and you top deck a vanilla, you pretty much know it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bluff all you want, but the good player will see through it. So, yeah.
So what was your record for yesterday?
Oh, I was X3. When I made my announcement on Facebook, it was only round 6. And I lost to that Atlantean ruling, which everyone's asking me what the final ruling was. I was told I was told that I was incorrect, that I could not Solemn Warning the Megalo, but
right, because Chain Link 3.
But that was the thing, is that the chains, they were saying the chains weren't resolving. They were like, you had to negate the revelation, the revealing of it. My argument was that Wind Up Shark is revealed to summon it, but you can warning it. You do not warning the revealing of Shark. You're revealing it in your hand to show your opponent you have it. You then summon it. You can warning it or bottomless, etc. But apparently with Megalo, it's different. Chains work out differently. So I honestly don't know what the final ruling is. I've been told by judges I was correct. I literally got 50-50. Half right, half wrong. So I mean, I took the loss, and it's fine. I won my last 2, and I finished X3. I thought winning my last 2 might push me possibly in there, because I thought my tiebreakers were good, but it's whatever. I still think I made the good meta call though to run Rabbit. I was gonna run Dark World, and then I thought, you know, it can lose really bad to Atlanteans if, like, Dark World's a good match, like, has a good matchup against them, but you have to open Drag Down. If you don't open Drag Down, you're probably not gonna win.
Yeah.
Because if they get Undying and get that plus on you, like, it's really hard to win. So, yeah. But I finished X3. That's fine with me. I mean, my real job is to record, so as soon as the rounds are over, I have to get to work.
Yes, you know, it was the same thing. I did X3 as well, and I just dropped and figured let's do some film.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Because I came here to record, I played, but I was like, it's a YCS, I'm gonna play my best deck, and my best deck is Dino Rabbit, so I played Dino Rabbit anyway. But a lot of people were confused by my build because I wasn't making Thunder Kings, I wasn't making any hand traps, I was making 2 Card D. I mean, it was epic. Card D got Solemn Warning for a game, and it won me the game because it got Solemn Warning.
So you're kidding.
It's pretty nice.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice.
All right, dude. Well, you know what? It's going to be a long enough video as it is.
Good enough, yeah.
Yes, and we got a lot of the good information about this YCS and future ones coming.
Yep.
So, thanks very much for doing this for me, man. And it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yep, same here, you guys.
And,
you know, some to Sayris13, you already know, swinging for game.
Swinging for game.
And
that's right.
And I'm SlimXTeamSymmetry, and apparently success lives in me. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
people always wondered that's what Slim stands for. In case people are wondering, it was just an old nickname I was given. So
I think that's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
That's a pretty slick name.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'll be doing a contest coming up pretty soon. I have the prize will be the Dragon Collide mat that I got signed by Amanda LaPalme, Dragon Duelist Girl, and I have got a Vexicuse token signed by Vexy, and I'm going to throw in, I think, 3 cards that'll be a surprise, but they'll be good, don't worry about it. And I will explain all the details for the contest on an upcoming video when I hit Vancouver again. So this is Sayris13 with my interview with Slim, swinging for game.